Just a little check to see if it sounds okay. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I've got a picture in the background. I've added a few others. And I'm going to slowly bring them on so that you can see. Here's my display. You can see down here. Got my images added here. I've messed with a few, but I'm going to mess with a few more as I add them. Hey, John Watson, how you doing? I'm just got a bunch of images from all over the place, and I'm gonna show how the crepuscular rays work no matter where you are on the earth, in the world, or who's taking the picture. Hey, pay attention, how you doing? So the first one I'm going to do is going to turn off the display. So what they say here is about crepuscular rays. Crepuscular rays, also known as sunbeams, sun rays, angel lights, or God rays. In atmospheric optics, the rays of sunlight that appear to radiate from the point in the sky where the sun is located. Right. Okay, so what they're saying, I guess, is that optics create this illusion of crepuscular rays, but I don't agree. So I've laid another image on top, I'll add that. So this is another image. I put the sun in pretty much the same position. Now we'll adjust the opacity and we'll see what happens here. That's the image. So I'll bring it back down. You can see how the rays line up beautifully. So I'm going to add another image. Totally different image from a different place, different spot in the world, different. Throw that one in over top. Bring it into view. That's the image. Throw it in over top of that. You can see how the rays line up just beautifully. I'm going to throw another image on top. See how this one blends in. There's the image. I've changed the hue and the color so that we can see the differences. But as soon as I line up that sun, it just matches up perfectly every time between all the images. So how can it be an optic illusion? That is my question. It has to be the position of the sun is the same no matter where these pictures are taken. Let's throw in another one. This one was taken over the ocean. There's the image. Sun rays. When you put the sun rays, line up the rays, the sun always goes into the same position. Would you not agree? So how you doing? Pay attention. Yeah, well, I was just messing around with OBS the other day and came across this, and it seemed so I thought it's quite amazing how they all line up. I'm going to throw another picture in. Let's open this one up. This one has some rays. We can see how we can line up the rays. So in order to line up the rays, I have to put the sun up in the same position. Somewhere in there, the sun goes back, different picture, same idea. There, let's change the hue on it. Show what we're doing. There's the actual image. It blends perfectly in with the rays. Once again. So I'll just magically do that. Let's grab another one. How you doing, low frequency? I'm just doing a little experiment here with the crepuscular rays, which they tell us is an optic. It's in atmospheric optics. Rays of sunlight appear to radiate from the point in the sky. So let's grab this image. Let's work with this image. Let's drag it out first. So those rays go like that, and if you line the rays up here, so we'll line them up. Sun has to be, obviously that sun is about up there somewhere. So let's mess with the opacity here. See where it shows up. And you can see how the sun rays do the same thing. Put the sun where the sun belongs, the rays match up. And these are photos from everywhere, just random photos taken from all over the world of crepuscular ways. The rays tell us everything. Here, let's add another one. Oh, this is a pretty one. We know that the sun's up here somewhere. I bet the rays will just line right up. Let's put the filter in. There we go. Let's work with the opacity a bit. See what happens. Once again, lines up perfectly. Let's change the hue on that. Now let's go through, shut them all off, and we'll bring them back online one at a time. So there's our first image. There's our second image. Those rays line up pretty damn nice. You put the sun where the sun belongs, they line up. There's now this is just random images taken from all over, but when you line the sun up, the rays are the same no matter what. The sun has to be in that position to give us this set of rays. Let's throw them on as we go. Well, they seem to line up perfectly to me. I don't know what you guys think. Here, we'll throw on another one. We've got another image here we can work with. Obviously, that's going to come over here. The sun's look at those sun rays, how they line up there. If that's sun is up in this position here. Let's see how it works. Put in the filter. Yeah, it seems pretty cool, isn't it? I like it. I like it low frequency. Okay, let's put this one up. Now those rays, you put the sun into place, and look at that, the rays line up. Every time. I'm just grabbing random images. I can see that this one has to just move over ever so slightly this way. And there you go. That's where that is position of the sun. And that makes sense with the image. There's the full image. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? We're just doing a little experiment with crepuscular waves, and some interesting stuff showing up. Let's add another image. I've loaded. Oh, look at this. This ought to be good too. Yeah, we'll try this one. Well, we know where the sun is. It's got to be up here somewhere from all our previous. So let's add a filter to that. Let's see how it works with the properties here. Oh, you just know it lines up every single time. Look at that, every single time. You put that sun into the proper position. Change the hue a bit. Let's make it pretty. Hey Marcel, how you doing? Oh yeah, I keep on going. I keep finding new features to use and to show how things work. So this is getting too much fun because I've done how many images here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. This is image 11. Image 11, we can see that the sun is up to the left. Let's see if we can do something with this one. Like I say, I'm trying just random images. This one I can see. Sun rays are over here. Somewhere around here. That sun. And look at that, puts the sun right into position once again. Look at that, just another random image. I think I would have to agree with you, Wendy. And it points out that the sun, I think it points out to me that the sun's not 93 million miles away. Definitely. And I mean, it's lovely music and it's very pretty pictures. So we get both. Let's throw in another one. What's this one? Okay, what is this one? Oh, this one's. Oh, this one's pretty. Where's our sun? Somewhere up here. Our sun's somewhere up here. So let's paste the filter in there. See if we can adjust the filter a bit. And once again, that's just a slight to the left. Slightly to the left and up. Look at that. Once it, there we go. Once again, beautiful. Let's turn them off. We're almost at the top. Well, we got one last picture to do. Let's do one last image that I have. And we can see the sun is in the middle of that picture. So we got it. If the sun goes up this height again, that's going to go way up. Somewhere about right in there. And that looks about right. Yeah, okay, Brenda Von Ashen. Once again, you're wrong. We just showed that it doesn't. If you see, we have the definition of crepuscular ray right below me. And we've showed through all these images that the rays are the same no matter where. There you go, see? Right there. I'll filter that through. Close. Let's paste the filter in there. Let's get it a little stronger. There's the rays in that position of the sun. So I'm going to turn all those off. And I'll bring them back on one at a time. Yeah, okay. Okay, Brenda. You tell us. You tell us. We can see with our own eyes, actually, because we can see it with our own eyes. There's the rays. what's going on. See? You put the sun in the position. What I'm showing right here, Brenda von Auschen, is according to the definition. Shall I read the definition out to you? Okay, so I'm going to read the definition out to you, Brenda von Auschen. Crepuscular rays, also known as sunbeams, sun rays, sun angel lights, or God rays, in atmosphere optics, are rays of sunlight that appear to radiate from the point in the sky where the sun is located. Well, this is where they're lying. It doesn't appear. And they are not parallel. And I've showed you image after image. But since you tend not to believe your own eyes, you tend to believe in faith. Yes, I noticed the word appear. Because they can't explain it. Here, we'll add another one. There, that's not a... See? The whole thing is it's not appearing. This is what you're seeing. This is exactly what you're seeing. Here, we'll shut those off. Those are not parallel lines. Oh, don't give me the perspective thing. We know about perspective. We know that the lines are parallel and that they appear to go thing. That's what we try to keep on telling you. This is all perspective. And you keep on trying to use it against it, but it's not. It doesn't work that way. Actually, I understand parallel perfectly. And as soon as some person comes in and says that you don't understand something, that means they are just believing in something. I understand quite a bit. Have you been watching the progress here of me teaching people how to use different programs of all various sorts? So, no. You're not getting it, do you? You don't get it. You don't get it. Can you show me them? You're 93 million miles away, mate. That's what you're saying. You're saying the sun is 93 million miles away. You don't get it. You have a belief. You have a belief. It's not fact. This is fact. These pictures are fact. That's fact. That's fact. That's fact. That's fact. That's fact. 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 Those are facts. That is a fact. These are all random pictures taken under all atmospheric conditions all over the world in different places, between clouds, between the forests, over the oceans. That is fact. That is fact. Everything I just said there is fact. I know they're hard to deal with sometimes, and I know it hurts, but we have to do what we have to do. No, I've explained train tracks in perspective over and over and over. It is not the same phenomenon at all, because because when you see here, actually what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to throw in something very special here. No, I'm going to throw in media there. Yeah. Let's go back to masking. I'm going to throw in. I'm going to throw in this because, you know, I have all the tools here, but because I don't understand, we'll see. See, we'll just throw in a little bit of high altitude balloon footage. Don't try that silly ships going over. Don't try that silly ships going over a curve thing. Phases of the moon. Well, actually, we're coming close to explaining some of that. The moon's its own light. It has its own light source. Now you see, we do have footage showing flat. See that? See that? That's at 121,000 feet, by the way. See, we just throw that in. We've got all kinds of pretty things we can just throw in. Oh, that's fake. That's fake. Oh my god. Okay. Should I go get some footage from some little kids and you're gonna go tell them they're fake? Oh. Little Lockie. Should I go get little Lockie? I'm gonna look for little Lockie because let's see if I can find it. I think it's in, because they'll be hurt. They'll be hurt that some mean old person is calling their video fake. Let's see if I can find them. Kids in their balloons. You know, kids in their balloons. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna show you something. Yeah, we'll throw this one in here just for fun. You asked about ships going over the curve. There you go. There's a ship going over the curve. Shall we see that again? Let's loop that through. There we go. Well, the way that we prove that the moon emits light is we've measured the temperature between the moon, and it does seem to project a bit cooler of a light. And the moon's light, and no, you're right. I'm not very bright. But are you? Yeah, let's turn that off. See the sun's hot spot? There, you see the sun? Here, let's brighten that one up. Let's turn that filter up. Not very bright. Not very bright, no. No. Yeah, but this is fake, of course. So, I don't know what you're watching it for. I don't know why you would watch fake stuff. Let's loop that through again. Let's change the filter. I'm just going to minus the filter down a bit because I like it. But you still haven't said why this one's not any good. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Mind Eyes? Here, let's do this one. I'll play on that one for a second. This is for you again. Oh, but I've proved other things. I've showed you about your ship's curve. I've showed you about crepuscular waves. I mean, how many things do you have to be shown? I mean, that's not very reasonable of you. I'll shut that one off. I'll shut that off, shut that off. Move it down. No, they haven't proved that the moon reflects light, and I've showed them that the moon it just won't listen. Okay, but anyways, back to these rays of this sun that this sun 93 million miles away. How does the moon reflect light, Brenda von Ashen? Now we're going to go on to this other one. See that beautiful, those crepuscular waves. See how they work. Maybe, Brendan, if you just look at the sun rays, you'll see the light. You'll see the light. Watch. I'll give you some more. Here's some more. See the light. See, these are random pictures, I told you. See, that one's from the ocean. I'm not gonna, you know, let me bring that one up just to show you that, you know, different spots, but the rays tell you. That one's over the ocean. These ones, that's over the forest. Yeah. It's over the forest. But you notice you have to put the picture where the sun is, but the rays are the same. It's not an optical illusion. See? Oh, look, ray, same. But you're trying to say that they're parallel lines from 93 million miles away, yet we're told that the sun is so big that the rays would be actually parallel. They are not parallel, and don't go on with the railroad tracks, because if you see in the center there the rays that are really close and the wides, see, we see with our own eyes here. See, that's above land. Watch, I'll filter that. See the rays? And another thing. Okay, another thing here, Brenda, you've got to consider is that is in a circular way. You see, so the light's coming down towards you, but it's also coming down away from you. It's not like the train tracks. Here, I'll go back to the very first image. Here, let's bring the very first image. Let's bring it right forward. And you'll see. Watch this. I'm going to bring it right to the top. You'll see how the rays come towards you, and you also got the rays directly going away, going the other way. That tells you it's not having a railroad effect. So use your brain, please, and quit telling people that we don't know anything, because it doesn't help. What's it got to do with the trees? I've just shown you that it has no bearing. The trees have no bearing. I showed you that even when it's over top of the ocean, this one's over the ocean. This one's no bearing. No, look at these. I proved that it's also over the ocean, mate. It doesn't matter if it's in the trees. This one is not in the trees. This one's not in the forest. It's not coming through the trees. It's coming through the clouds. You're trying to... all the rays line up. Whether it's coming through the trees, whether it's coming through the clouds, whether it's on the ocean, or whether it's going across desert. See? Ocean. See that? No difference. Oh, and now here comes PMARs who say they don't prove anything. P Mars, you already owe me 5,000. You owe me 5,000 from the other day. I showed you about the eclipses. I absolutely showed you about the eclipses. I told you why. You owe me 5 grand. I want it. I want it. I told you who to make the check out to. You know, shouldn't even trust taking a check off you. But, you know, I'll do that in good faith. I don't mind. I do it in good faith. I do it with an open heart. Now give me my 5 grand. Because you know damn well that there's been 50 occasions where the sun has been up with the moon. And once again, the definitions try to baffle us with this optical bullshit, just like I just showed here. You know? It's precisely because of that, Brenda Von Hashen. The lights go out in Georgia. Have you not heard that song? You can't think outside the box, can you? You just can't do it, can you? You're either so bloody indoctrinated that you can only think one way, and you can't think of any other possibilities. Or, I hate to say it, your brain just shuts off. If you shut off the lights in your room, can your room be dark? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, no. This Senilian eclipse, I looked up the definition many times, mate, and it's just saying that it's an optical illusion where the sun is in a specific position, and due to atmospheric conditions, you know, so they predict these eclipses. So that means they're predicting the atmospheric conditions for every single one of those 50 times that this occurred. Now they're predicting that this is going to occur. Use your flippin' brain, man. Can you not use your brain? That's what God gave you this thing for. It's on top of your head. It's called gray matter. You know? Have you never seen Perot? So, use it. This little gray matter. It's alright. You can use it. We'll let you. You're allowed. You're allowed. You're allowed. Do not just stay within the system. So we'll turn this all down. Hiya, Kois. How you doing, mate? So you still cannot. So P Mars, why do crepuscular rays mean nothing? Or do you believe that it's just reflection off the leaves and the trees? No, I believe my eyes. I believe what I see. I believe what you can observe and repeatedly test. And I've seen enough of NASA's bullshit to not trust anything that anybody says out of there. It scatters light in every condition, all over the place, yet all the rays line up the same? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself why that rays line up with this rays. Different picture, different place, different time. Different picture, different place, different time. Different picture, different place, different time. Different picture, different time. Different picture, different place, different time. The rays are all the same. They're not scattered out different ways. Atmospheric conditions of what you're saying, they would be scattered in all directions in different ways and a different line of sight. See that? Look at that. All the same. Oh, you shut up about the train tracks, Brenda. If I don't like to boot. If you mention them train tracks one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick your fucking ass out. I just can't handle it. You ask them over and over. Oh my god. So now you come to my channel and start saying, calling me names, cause see you later. Yeah, well, you know, Coys, I had to. I gave them every opportunity. It baffles my brain. They baffle my brain. Make my head hurt. They don't like seeing they don't like to see actual showing stuff. I mean, do people not see things? Are people really that blind? I mean, I despair. You're looking at the words, the definition of what it is, but it's not behaving like the definition says. Yeah, and he still owes me 5,000. I swear. Now he's gonna unsubscribe from me, I'm sure. Where you been hanging out, Open Minds? Been getting your eyes opened up somewhere else. So where do you live, Wendy? I forgot. I think I've asked you this before. I want to know why it is so important for some people who so vehemently believe in the globe, feel it absolutely necessary to tell us to still believe in the globe. It's Mike, Brian. How you doing, Brian? Pleased to meet you. Oh, cool. Cool. Be nice living near the Great Lakes. I might get a chance when I move back to Canada soon. So. Yeah, it's getting annoying when you get certain people in and they just go on about one thing rather than looking at what they're seeing. Yeah, I think I seen your place when we were doing the sun tracking that one. I thought it was great. I saw your back garden. Over in England, being from Canada, we used to have a lot of land. But now I'm in England. We have a very tiny little thing they call a back garden. Don't even call it a yard anymore. But when I lived in Canada, I had a 30-acre piece of land with 600 feet of waterfront. And when I move back next month, I will be on a piece of land that has 80 acres in the middle of nowhere in Saskatchewan on flat level land. Oh, did someone go and create a new account? Right. London. Oh my god. Am I embarrassing myself? I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I've done worse, mate. I've done worse. This isn't embarrassing at all. Oh, cool, cool. I will need some, actually. Plan on having a great big garden. So, I won't be that far from Pennsylvania. I mean, once I'm back there, it's everything's within a short drive, you know. I admit that I'm wrong. Admit that I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about many things. Actually, I've looked at them underwater many, many times. And you know what? I came to the very conclusion that air is water. Well, it's just another form, actually, if you think about it. And I could show you a little thing. Let's see. Let me show you that air is water. Let me show you about air, okay? I'm gonna show them. Okay, guys, you gotta watch this one. It might, you guys might like this one. Let's go in. Let's show him how air behaves. And that will show him something else. Maybe he'll get it. Let's see. This is a great little
Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. So today we're in the rocket van, and I've got two little science helpers here, right?
Yes.
Are you wearing your seatbelts?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to do something pretty interesting. Check this out. I've got a pendulum suspended from the top of our family van, and we're just going to drive forward. We're going to accelerate. So if we're going that way, which direction do you think this pendulum should go? What do you think? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes.
Which way is it going?
My way.
That's right. It's because I'm accelerating,
yeah,
right?
watch this.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. I was hoping it would make sense. So we're going to change it up just a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this pendulum with a balloon. We should see the same thing, right? Let me cut this off. So what we're going to do is we're going to accelerate that way.
Now.
So we have the mass
Helium
of the balloon
watch
and the
this.
acceleration, so that should net in a
If you
force.
guys can understand
with
this,
the
this
string,
is
right?
quite important.
You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm talking
2,
about the other
1,
people.
go.
I know you flat earthers will get this right away.
Wait a second. What just happened? Hold on, what happens when I stop? The balloon goes backwards when I stop. What's happening?
It's doing the same.
3, 2, 1, go. There it is. It's coming right at me. Why is it doing that? You want to know?
Yeah.
I brought something to show you.
Do you see what's
Remember
happening?
I told you I was going to bring this jar earlier?
Watch that.
Remember that? So it's like this. Imagine this
Watch
entire
this.
van is just like this
Air
jar.
behaves
And
like
all the
water.
air inside this van is just like the water in the jar. Does that make sense? So let's imagine that the balloon is this bubble on top, because the helium in the balloon is lighter than air, right? So that causes it to do what?
Go up.
Go up, that's right. So if I've got this air that's just like it, what happens if I move the jar that way? All that water sloshes to the back. And when that water sloshes back this way, which direction does the bubble go? You see
But
that? So the air bubble moves
since these
in
guys
the
think I
direction
don't
of
know anything.
acceleration. Does that make sense? I know you're 5, but I think you can get this. Okay, so I've got my seatbelt on. If I drive forward real fast right now, which direction is the balloon going to go?
Forward.
Why will it go forward?
Because all the air is splashing back.
That's right. Very good. Watch this. Whoosh. Look at that. You see that? So you know what that means, don't you? That means you have more air to breathe than Daddy does when I'm going fast.
There you go.
Did you really?
So air behaving like water. And guess what? Now, another thing I found interesting the other day. another thing that I really think is happening, clouds. I was looking at the clouds yesterday, actually. Now, after just watching that video and knowing that air behaves like water, now think of the clouds sitting on top of water. Just floating at a certain height, because air, we got a certain depth. The density is a certain way. Clouds do not behave like we've been told. So if a 5-year-old get it, why can't others? Now, back to what that fella just said about crepuscular waves, rays in water. Hey, what do you know? Yeah, exactly how God intended it for a 5-year to understand it. It's not that difficult. We just have to look at it differently. We have to look at it through the eyes of a 5-year-old. That's what happens. It's taken away from us. It's taken out of us. Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna have to take off and go have a smoke. I will come back in a bit, and what I'll do is I'll download some videos or some images of the water, and we'll get some rays and we'll compare them with what's happening with the air, because that just gave me an idea. So sometimes it's very good when people come in and question us, because it gives us more things to look at. Okay, cheers guys. I'll be back, I'll say in about 30 minutes. Or sooner. And I'll see if I can put together a couple more things.